Right, I think we'll start. It's 4:30. Welcome to the meeting of the Hawera Community Board, online this time. I'd like to thank everyone for the change of time for the meeting. It just suits my new job better. So thank you for changing it to 4:30. That's much appreciated. Apologies. I have one apology from Russell Hockley. Is there any other apologies? I don't think there is. So can I have a mover and a seconder for that? I'll move it. Nikki, you can second it, if that's okay. We'll put it to the vote that we accept the apology of Russell Hockley. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Open forum. Do we have any open forum? No, that's great. We will move to confirmation of minutes of the Hawera Community Board meeting held on the 28th of February 2022. I'll move it. Do we have a seconder?
Yeah, Raymond will.
Oh, Diana, sorry. She got a hand up first, Raymond. So it's open for discussion. Everyone happy with the minutes? If there's no discussion, we'll put it to vote that we confirm the minutes. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone against? It's carried. Reports. We have the local discretionary funding application reports. I'll move it, and Raymond, you can second it if you wish.
Yeah.
Thank you. We've got two funding applications. We'll deal with the art installation by Paul Rangawahia. It's for an amount of $7,000. Now this is over and above our $5,000 that we had as our maximum, and it's mainly due to increase in cost of materials. So I will move it, and can I have a seconder for that application, please?
Yeah, I'm quite happy to second that.
Raymond, second it. Right, it's open for discussion. Nikki, do you want to start?
Yes, please. I just have a query. I thought that Paul Rangawahia was actually donating the art boards. Ella, could you clarify? Is that something? The cost of the art boards is quite a lot. I just wondered. I thought he was actually donating these.
Sorry, Nick. I did see that. I mean, I was a bit confused. I must admit that when I put it together, I had an attachment which had the 3,200 on the attachment. So your email definitely said that it was donated, but I couldn't tell by the attachment that was there. And of course, you know, I was doing it at midnight. This woman thing was due. So it may be that you're right, and in which case then the amount isn't too high. I'm not sure, but I can have a little look for that email if you like, and then
could we, as a suggestion, just a suggestion, because I've had conversations with him, and he donated them to New Plymouth, and I could be wrong, but we could perhaps if that amount is still outstanding, we could approach BizLink as well to pay for that if it is a cost in above what we're thinking. If we take that off this amount and we perhaps pass the other amounts, we could later approach BizLink about it, unless Community Board do want to own the project completely.
I guess the decision today is about whether you want to approve that amount in the LDF or not. And then if it means that when we've done that negotiation it's actually less than the amount, then that would be fine. Or if it's the amount, then you've already approved it. I'm not sure. Samantha, I'd be happy for guidance on that.
Could I just make a comment through you, Chair? Could you suggest that it's up to 7,000 that you approve? So you're not actually approving the amount, but you're not approving any more than that, and that then gives you options. Would that fit, Sam?
Thanks, Phil. All right, that's great. We'll take that as a given at this stage. Any other discussion, Diana?
Sorry, Chair, that just means a slight adjustment. If you and the seconder are happy to adjust your motion to up to 7,000 rather than 7,000.
But I'll move that we amend it to up to 7,000. And I think Raymond was.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You're happy with that? So we'll amend the motion to up to $7,000. Right, Diana, do you have any comment?
Oh, just that I was in New Plymouth yesterday and I saw the one that's outside the library and I was quite impressed actually. It looks really good. And I think that in these trying times, the messages are quite important.
Thanks, Diana. Raymond, do you want to add anything?
No, I think it's a good idea.
Right, thanks, Raymond. Mayor Phil, do you want to comment in any way?
Look, Paul puts a great message across, and I think, you know, what Diana's saying, seeing it there and seeing the message, I think these things are really good. And he has certainly got a following. People do take notes. So, yeah, I mean, I support the concept of it. Obviously, you've just got some clarification to make on it.
Thank you, Phil. I'm in favour of it as well. So I think we'll put it to the vote. So just so that everyone's clear, we're approving up to $7,000 with a question mark over the funding of Paul donating the boards themselves, which could be a reduction of $3,200. All those in favour, aye? Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Those against? No one's against? Then it's carried. We'll move on to the photo frame on Denby Road pathway. Can I have a mover, please? And a seconder. I'll second it if that's okay. So we're after an amount of $3,956.70. Who wants to comment first? Ella, do you have anything you want to add to this one?
No, once again, it's just the issue of the height and whether we need to get consent on that. So Abe was down there the other day just sizing it up and me standing there just checking the space. So where we want the photo taken requires the height of the frame to be a little bit higher than the builders, you know, the Quirk Engineering or Reid Machinery is a little bit higher than that allowed for. So there may be, so that's why Abe's figures or the building is just a little bit kind of loose in the amount. It will definitely cover it, but and again, it won't be more than that, but it'll be up to that amount.
Please speak on.
Sorry, that's me. My apologies. Sorry, Diana, do you wish to comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Ella, could you explain where it was going on the walkway?
So when you go down from the Fairfield Road end and you walk down over the first sort of little hill, there's a place where you can stand on the side of the pathway as far left as you can, and then you can take a photo towards the mountain and you actually don't get the fence in the picture. So that's what we wanted. Of course, 4 times we've been down to the pathway to mark X marks the spot, and 4 times it's been cloudy. So we've not been quite positive where the mountain is, but we think we've got the right place. But that's the goal, and that's why the height is just not quite definite yet. Is it could be, you know, it could be quite low, in which case it'll be cheaper, or it could be the worst case scenario where we think the mountain is and the step up to the ledge where you get the photo taken will be a little bit higher.
So is there room, Ella, behind it to get behind it, or what, or get in front of it, or what?
It will have a bit of a ledge on the bottom inside frame so that people can stand on there, and then Abe Abe's actually doing it as the builder for Reid Machinery, so he's thinking about doing a bit of a rail behind so that people don't fall. There's no health and safety risk, and so there'd be a bit of a ledge there where people could stand within that 2 metre frame. So there'd be quite a lot of room there for 4 or 5 people to stand there and to walk past each other when they're getting into position. One of the things that Abe was talking about was that when he was in somewhere up north, there was a little frame, a little stand on the other side of the path too for people to put their camera and automatically time it so that they could do a selfie and be in the photo as well. So he thinks that, you know, he's quite sure that that money will include that little selfie timer place as well.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ella. Nikki, do you want to comment?
Oh, just a huge thank you to Ella and Abe. Fabulous. Thank you. Taking care of all those little details. So this is a project we've wanted for a while. So yes, love it. Yep, go for it.
Thanks, Nikki. Raymond, do you want to comment?
No, I agree with everything everyone said.
Thanks, Raymond. Yeah, I think it's going to be an asset to the walkway. With the mountain in view, it'll just be fantastic, and I'm sure everyone has got a camera in their pocket and they'll be taking photos as quickly as they can, so that's great. If there's no, yeah, Phil, sorry, I left you out. Phil, you want to comment?
No, look, I think it's a great idea. It's certainly something we talked about quite a bit when we first did the original one down Denby Road, was having those in place, and so I think it's great. So no, totally support it. Well done.
Thank you, Phil. I think that's everyone's. No other comments to make. We'll put it to the vote that we approve $3,956.70. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? It's carried. Right, items for action. Hawera Town Centre Strategy Project, Team Ramanui. See, there's some action down there. Great to see the shingles being levelled out. Do we have any update on when things are happening?
So hopefully we may be able to get a blessing sometime later next month. Fingers crossed at this stage, but nothing's definite yet. So no, progressing as well as we can at this stage, but that's about all there is. And of course, once there's a blessing, we're building, so that would also mean that we would have ticked off a preferred contractor by then as well. So hopefully that's not too far away either.
Thank you, Phil. Any other comments? All right, we will move on to the information reports. The first one is the Community Development Activity Report. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Nikki moved, Raymond second. It's open for discussion. Any comments from anyone? No, everyone happy with it? Cool. Diana, you're all good? Excellent. All right. Phil, do you want to make any comments? You're happy? You thumbs up. Great, Phil. All right. We'll move that we accept that. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, it's carried. The next one is the Library District Library Plus report, February and March 2022. I'll move it, and can we have a seconder, please?
Yep. Oh.
Nikki, second it. It's open for discussion. Diana, are you wanting to comment?
I should say my usual that, you know, as usual, they come up trumps, and when I go to the library now, there's a little rack and it's got all the kids who are isolating little packets with their names on of their activities and their books, and it's just amazing and fantastic.
Yeah, just through you, yeah, I totally confer with what Diana's just said. Every community board round when we have this report, there is something else. And so this time around, the board game's been available. I think it's fantastic what they're doing. So yeah, just it's almost got the stage now where I don't read it to see what they're doing. It's about, right, what's new this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, anyone else want to make any comment? No, everyone's happy. Put it to the vote that we accept the report. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? That's carried. The next one is the Environmental Services Activity Report for February-March 2022. Liam, would you like to comment in any way to start with?
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chair. Probably, just 5 or 6 sort of highlights. There's 2 months worth of data there for February and March. Building consents have really sort of picked up from January. There was a bit of a lull sort of over the Christmas period, but building consent volumes are increasing. But it's pleasing to see our statutory timeframes are increasing as well, sort of up into the high 80s again. Probably also worth noting, the value of building work, which has been sort of averaging sort of 8 million a month, that's sort of ticked up to 12 million for the month just gone. Again, Hawera and Opunaki are the sort of the key activity areas, particularly with new housing. Just in terms of the regulatory stuff, notice to fixes and dangerous building notices, we've managed to get some of them off our list, but the ones that are stragglers, we've pretty much engaged our legal team to take that to the next phase. So that's work in progress, sort of meeting sort of weekly with those guys. Subdivisions across the district. One of the comments that was made at Eltham Karponga at the last meeting was just to see if we could just translate the subdivisions into how many new lots, and we haven't done it in the report, but we have done the work. It'll be a feature of forthcoming or subsequent reports. But yeah, across, just by way of indication, across those 23 subdivisions that we've received, that equates to 113 new lots. So yeah, it's quite a sizable number. You know, when you give that sort of month or 2 months of subdivisions coming into council, and that's sort of 48 in the residential zone and 65 in the rural. Now, I think about 35 of those new lots are on a new subdivision that's been or in the process of being granted on South Road, just down near the Southern Dairy there. So yeah, that's just sort of one big subdivision that's come in. Yeah, also doing some work just in the infringement space. The dog numbers for Hawera in particular remain a concern, particularly the number of roaming. So we'll be still working on that. It'll be great to see some progress at some point in reducing those numbers. And probably just the point I'd finish on, where Rebecca's team in environment sustainability doing a power of work. The organic facility feasibility study will be a workshop with elected members, and the board chairs will also be invited to that. I'm pleased to report. I think it's either next month or where are we? April, yeah, sort of May or June. That work will be socialised with the team, and hopefully some progress after that. And as you can see in the final page or two of the report, there's a lot happening in the central government sort of legal reform. You know, lots of submissions being prepared on a whole range of topics. So yeah, that's sort of the quick once over lightly, but happy to take any questions, Mr. Chair.
Great, thank you, Liam. Any questions about the report?
Just through you, Chair, if I could make a couple of comments, please. Liam, very good to see that the consents issued in statutory time frame is moved up. So good on you and your team. You know, you talk about the amount of lots that are coming available. It's unbelievable what is going on in the district. When you look at that over 2 months, where there's 8 new dwellings in Hawera and in Opunaki, 1 in Patia, as well as all the other consents, it's brilliant. To think that in those 2 months is just north of $21.5 million worth of building going on. There's just so much happening here, and I actually had the pleasure today of twice getting out to where CJ Marnie is developing his part of the business park, and to see the 3,000 square metre building of total aluminium in Normanby. It's almost complete for them to be in the next 4 to 5 weeks. Another building underway that CJ is building himself for pallet storage and that, for supplying farm supply buildings, and 6 other projects that are about ready to kick off within there. It's quite mind-boggling actually what is going on, as well as what we can see up Waihi Road with the Comac construction going on. So yeah, there's some really good stuff happening in our district at the moment, that's for sure.
Thank you, Mayor Phil. Any other comments? Right, if there's nothing else, we will move to accept the report. All those in favour, please say aye.
We just need to move a seconder for that one.
Oh, haven't we?
No.
Oh, my apologies. Sorry, Nikki, move it, and I'll second it if that's okay. Right, we'll put it to the vote that we accept the Environmental Services Activity Report, February-March 2022. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? That's carried. Right, the last one is the Te Hara Facility Usage Report 2021-22. I'll move it. Do we have a seconder, please?
Oh.
I think that was Raymond.
Yep.
Raymond's will second it. It's open for discussion. Any comments from anyone?
No.
No, everyone happy? Right, we'll put it to the vote. Yep, we'll put it to the vote that we accept the report. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? That's carried. I think that's all done. I do want the community board just to stay online. We want to discuss, I think, the totem poles, Diana. Is it totem poles? But yeah, we'll call the
skateboard park.
Skateboard park. So we'll call the Te Hara Community Board meeting closed. Thank you, everyone. And
I just got one question, Chair, for Liam before he goes.
Go, Raymond.
Is there any update on Glover Road with that battery?
Through the chair, not at the moment, Raymond, but I can give you an update on offline when we do have some new information.
Okay, thank you for that.
Right, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, team. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you, Phil.
Yeah, thanks, Chair.